Hi everyone, my name is Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be reading a little bit about this book. It's called The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. This book, a while ago, I started reading it, like quite a few halfway through. Where I left off a long while, maybe 6 months or more. 350 page count. So all this I have read, and this was left. Never finished it. Um, this book has in total 390. Well, it finished at 390, but actually has like a little bit more, 394 or something like that pages. So not bad. So basically, this book is about this girl. She's called Natalie. Yeah, she's Natalie, and she receives visit on her room from her grandmother, who she's like a spirit, and talks with her and tells her stories about um I don't remember very well because it's been a while, but it was like stories from past let's say past generations, but it has a different approach, it's like this novel is like some sort of time travel type of thing, but also it's like between two worlds basically, like across the multiverse, that type of thing. So yeah, basically Natalie is between two worlds, her present world and another world brought in the same place basically. So yeah, it's quite interesting. The thing is that it came to a point where I was like, I don't know where we're going, cause it's happening this stuff, but I don't know where, what's gonna be the after a climax. Yeah, like we're still walking up the hill and we don't know where we're going down basically. So yeah, um, just wanted to talk to you about this book a little bit because it seemed pretty interesting. Like, if you haven't read this book, I would recommend it. Yeah, if you want something to reflect about life a little bit, but not. I mean, it's a little deep. Talks about psychology even. So yeah, I want to read to you some passages that I have marked with my marker. Like, I don't usually do it, but when something calls my attention, I like to subrayarlo, mark it, or simply on another piece of paper, I write what it says. So I'm gonna read it. There's a part of the brain called the amygdala. It stores things that you're unable to process, like trauma. Before we're 8 years old, our minds have very few cognitive processing skills. So everything we're unable to work through at that young age gets stored up in the amygdala as general associations or a roughly pieced together idea of cause and effect, a warning for future events. When we dream, our eye movements signal to the amygdala that it's time to work through that backlog. Now, the emotions and sensations of an event are stored almost exactly as they were experienced. Strangely, the same chemicals that imprint them on the amygdala can actually impede the formation of memory in the hippocampus. You might have no conscious recollection of what happened, but that won't stop it from messing with your brain. Wait. Ay, la notificación. Okay, sorry. Moving on. When those stored connections are triggered, you revert to the childlike mentality in which you first experienced them. That's essentially what a panic attack is, the full experience of fear without the tools to reason through it. EMDR is like a type of therapy. So, um, Let me check if I see over here what it means EMDR. Um, no, I don't see it. Let me check a little bit. Hold on. Right here. EMDR, what it stands for. Okay, so EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It is a structured, evidence-based psychotherapy designed to help people heal from the emotional distress and symptoms caused by traumatic memories such as PTSD, anxiety, depression, and panic disorders. So yeah, basically in this book, Natalie, she has some mental emotional issues and she goes through them with like a psychiatrist. So EMDR allows you to access those connections while you're awake. The eye movement triggers the amygdala, while the questions trigger the memory. It allows your adult self to have a conversation of sorts with your child self. You explain things to your child self so that the unhealthy thought pattern or cause-effect association can be corrected. So yeah, I wanted to read that a little bit. So right now, I'm going to read you basically, yeah, the beginning of the book to see if I convince you to read it. It is called The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. And we have a quote that says, "For those who have loved me into the world, thank you. And for those who have grown weary, you're well loved." Well, that's more like a dedication. It's not a quote, but Chapter 1. The night before my last official day of high school, she comes back. I feel her in my room before I even open my eyes. That's how it's always been. "Wake up, Natalie." Oh no, she has to whisper. "Wake up, Natalie," she whispers, but she knows I'm awake. If a fly buzzed in the hallway, I'd wake up, just like she knows the drooling, snoring rug of a Saint Bernard at the foot of my bed. The watchdog Mom and Dad got to help me sleep better will keep drooling and snoring through our entire conversation. I open my eyes on darkness, push back the covers, and sit up. The crickets are drumming outside my window, and the blue-green moonlight shines through the foliage across my carpet. There she is, sitting in the rocking chair in the corner, as she has every time she's visited me since I was a little girl. Her ancient features are shrouded in night, her thick gray-black hair loose down her shoulders. She wears the same ash-colored clothes as always, and though it's been nearly 3 years, she looks no older than the last time I saw her, or even the first time I saw her. If anything, she might look a little younger, probably because I'm older, and generally less terrified of wrinkles and age spots than I used to be. So yeah, wanted to read that, and also, if you don't want to know the finale of this book, skip the rest of the video, because I'm going to read the finale of this book about this novel, because I'm not sure if I'll ever finish it, and I'm thinking of giving it to a woman, someone I know from church. So yeah, I'm gonna read the last chapter, which I believe is this chapter, chapter 33. Okay. There once was a girl who fell in love with a ghost. When she looked through him, she saw the world as it was made to be, warm, lush, aching with growth, and quaking with tenderness. Through the boy, she saw the web of time, and how every moment, past, future, good and bad, had conspired to tell their love story. She loved the ghost boy so much that she thought the feeling alone might be enough to fix everything that had ever broken, in her, and him, and the whole world. And because she loved him like this, she finally understood how deeply she was loved. She knew she would do anything for the ghost boy. She would fold herself around him to protect him. She would drink out all the darkness from him and pour out all her light on him. She would rebuild the whole world for him. One day, a voice spoke to her from above. Perhaps it came as a quiet whisper, carried on a gentle wind. Some say it was in the rumble of thunder, or the crunch of stiff summer grass. Still others describe it as the delicate flutter of moth wings. My child, the voice said, it is I, love, the maker of worlds. If you want the ghost boy to live again, bring him out beneath the moon tonight, and I will send Death down to trade your life for his. The girl loved the ghost boy so much that she felt only the smallest hesitation. There's little to fear when you love. There's nothing to fear when you are loved. So the girl took her ghost lover out into the valley beneath the moon that night and found Death's own knife waiting for her. It was strange that Death was not chasing her, coming to collect her, or swallowing her whole. Instead, the girl was standing beneath the stars, the soft breath of the grass warming her ankles, the heartbeat of the world thudding gently, devotedly against her feet, and the crickets singing a lullaby. She looked into her ghost boy's eyes, and the softness of his smile filled her heart so quickly that it began to break as she brought the knife toward her chest. The sky split open then. The stars fell like silver rain. The world stopped turning. The universe held its breath. The voice came again. Stop. Set down Death's knife. I've seen your heart and that you withhold nothing for yourself. You know my face. You recognize my love for you, as you know your own for the ghost boy. You know what you will do for him, and so you understand now that, for you, my beloved, I will fix the whole world. Then the moonlight fell down too, a brilliant sheet of white that cleansed the whole valley and left the world utterly dark, perfectly quiet as it was in the beginning, before all things. And in the dark, the girl fell into a dreamless sleep. When she awoke next, the sun was starting to rise. Birds were singing. She remembered nothing, not the night before, nor any night that came before it. It was the first day of her life, and when she looked up the side of the valley, she saw a boy watching her. She, she saw a boy watching her. He looked familiar and unfamiliar at once, like someone whose vague notion she'd seen in a dream. I miss you, she heard herself call to him. Though was it possible to miss someone you didn't know? Her chest hurt then, an immeasurable burst of pain. Every day, he answered softly, all the time. He came toward her, the early sunlight glinting off his skin and hair and eyes. So yeah, that was lovely, sad but beautiful. So that was the ending of this book, and I'm a little confused. Like, what happened with Biao and Natalie? You know, because basically she met a boy named Biao, Beau. Yeah, that's how you say it, Biao. And they were like working together on trying to achieve not a mission, but I'm gonna call it a mission, you know? They were figuring some things out. Because, yeah, like I said, it's been like more than 6 months since I read this book, not on the totality. And now I just read the ending, and I feel like maybe I should read this book again, you know? I'm curious, I'm confused, I don't know. I like it. I like the book. So, yeah, This is The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye guys.